Hello, hello.
Yes, we're on. So, Garrett, tell us a little bit about making this film.
If I could describe it in one word, it would be fun. The cast and the crew, and especially the director Moo's son, they were just absolutely a blast to work with. And these stereotypical things that I've thought of in this business, how people are mean and they're jerks. It's just completely not true at all. And Moo, the director, he was, it's all fun, jokes all around, and even though it's an intense movie, it's drama. We were having a blast the entire time, and that's what I got out of it. Was I met people, had a great time on set, and I think that we made a pretty cool short, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things, yeah. One of the things that when I saw this movie that really jumped out at me was the production and like the set design and the colors, the matching of the blues, the reds, the white, and I talked to Genevieve. Actually, we screened this movie about 2 weeks ago in Austin, and Genevieve Farrell, I'm sorry, the girl Angela Wright came down, and she said that you guys looked a really long time for that school. And who's the production design on that? Who did that? Who did a lot of that design?
Well, actually, Genevieve and Moo, like, they were in charge of a lot of things. And yeah. Genevieve, being the lead actress, she had her hands in different categories around set. And I remember there was a poster. You can barely see it, but it's in one of the cuts. And she looked at it and she was like, "No, we need to change the font on that." She was in charge of a lot of different things, and she handled it fantastically.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I had a question about at the end when her father tells her that don't get all wrapped up in it, it's just a test. And I think the full weight of that really hit her. It wasn't, it was almost like a metaphor. It wasn't talking about a test, the test taking, but this is a test in life, and she failed. And that was the weight of what was hitting her. I mean, I thought that was really potent at the end. You could see in her eyes the full weight of what she had done.
Yeah. I describe it. I've been describing it to people as, she's a perfectionist, and she, her whole life she wants to be perfect, and that moment when going back to the serious comment is she's like, it's just a test, but not in her eyes. And that I'm glad that you were able to find that, and she did a wonderful job. As you said, she did a good job.
Clayton.
Yeah, actually I sort of see it differently. I think that the teacher is the one really that lost it, because she went to him for help. He wasn't there. He's like the coach. This is a big game. And he's off in La La Land dealing with his personal problems. So you couldn't really blame the girl. She was confused. She was frustrated. She was trying to be the best she could be. And this moron wasn't doing his job. Bottom line.
It's interesting. It's very interesting, actually. It's a good point.
But aren't there times too when you're you're going to be left unattended? You got to make a decision on your own.
And there's the debate.
Right, exactly.
There it is. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
I noticed that it didn't really show how much the dad pushed her. I mean, I got the impression at the very beginning that her dad expected her to do well in everything. He was talking about colleges, so.
It's almost like he put undue pressure on her and kind of forced her into it too.
Yeah, and then at the end he says,
yeah,
it's just a test.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Well, I think that the ring itself is a huge symbolic thing for, like, that's a lot of pressure to put on your little girl. Like, here's the ring. Like, oh my God, now I got to do really well in this test, because So I think that, I agree with that as well. Yeah, it's all interesting points.
Anybody else? Yes, sir.
I want to see more.
Feature length. Yes.
That is the feeling. I think all the comments are very relevant and dead on. The scumbag teacher failed her. The dad put too much pressure on her, but then later goes, oh, it's just a test. But in the beginning, it appeared that, if you look at her date book, she is doing everything and running for class president and doing everything right, and she does want to make it right. And I was in love with the actress. She was just so spot on. And when it was over, I'm like, I want to see more. I want to know more about Angela Wright.
Does Angela Wright go to college of her choice?
But I didn't think the father was that bad a guy. I think he was trying to do the best thing for his daughter. He seemed like a good guy. And the ring, I think, was probably something really important to him. And that's why I agree with you. I think it symbolized to me that she was dead. And him giving her that sort of heirloom of that preciousness, I thought it was a very good connection. But I would like to see more. I think it was great. That was it for me.
Well, we recorded all that, and that'll be on the DVD commentary. All right. I guess that's it. Garrett, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you coming out. All right, so now we're going to bring you the world premiere, Perfect Match, and we'll follow that up with Q&A with Nick, Mark, Giselle, and Daniel. So thanks a lot.